use the rocket. Was the rocket on cooldown by chance? That's interesting. I didn't know the rocket could be on cooldown. Huh. This. All right. Come on. There we go. Perfect. That's over with. There we go. Look at that. All those levels. All these levels are mine. Rush. I wish they put at least some more archaeological like archaeology kind of thing in like different dimensions. Like it would be cool if the Nether had like a soul sand like version of it. That would be pretty cool. Where did it go? Oh, it went over here. That's interesting. I did not know it would actually do that. All right. Would it be faster with the pick? Yes, but I'm pretty sure I would probably pick too many things. There we go. All right. Right click. There we go. There you go. Perfect. Now, Geronimo. Oh. Geronimo. Aw. Too high. Geronimo. There we go. All right. We've done it. All right. So, it's weird that when you go through the end portal, you lose your potion effects, which is really interesting. Anyway, I don't remember where I threw the dragon egg stuff, so I'm gonna have to figure that out on my own time. And I will rename it because I don't remember how the naming scheme is or how I name it. Although I am pretty sure, though, that if I did have a placement specifically for this, it would be over. Oops, that's not what I wanted. No, so it is this one then. Okay. Hang man. Oh, whatever. Alright, where did it go? Dragon egg, where did you go? Maybe it went through the door anyway. That would be a blessing in disguise. When did that? It just appeared in here? I don't think so. Alright. Oops. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go through all of this stuff and figure out where everything is. Yeah, that's the everything barrel. That makes sense that it's over here. But since they changed how creative mode looks, it's not gonna look as good. Yeah. Do I not have a spawn for it? Really? I thought I did. Oh, there it is. Perfect. I could also put it on display here, too. I'm just gonna put that there now. Alright. Goodbye. need the behemoth potion. And soon a lot of these, a lot of the command signs will be actually be done, placed in here. And I'm not actually joking about that. They'll all be placed in here because this is literally where I want them to be. Alright. I still haven't replaced this one, but I don't care. I had the behemoth potion again. I'll just delete this real quick. No, to be fair, I did use them. I did use some copper though for the copper stuff, so that probably is where most of my copper went. But yeah, but I barely have any copper anymore. To be fair, I never really had much copper to begin with, mainly because like copper was very, I don't want to say useless, but copper had very little uses. Alright, so as I speak, majority of the actual 1.21 base is done. I want to say it's around 65 to about 70% done. Or at least for the 1.21 state that I want it. For the permanent sort of keep with me at all times state, it's probably about like 30% done. Because each and every time I think of something that I want to do for the 1.21 base, my brain goes into a completely different direction. And I'll tell you what some of those ideas are and why I keep thinking that like it's a cool idea, but then it's like it's a cool idea and then it's like why would I do that though if I'm just going to build a bigger, better base though that just makes more sense for me. Anyway, so I need to go to the outside, but I need to know what time it is. Is it morning? It is night currently. Okay. I mean, technically, I don't think that there will be anything outside that'll technically kill me, but I quite literally don't want to bother with them. So I want to go to sleep. Then I'll show you what I mean. And maybe I'll just build that starter house that I usually always build anyway. Just because it fits the whole theme of everything anyway. And because there's barely anything that needs to technically be done here. Anyway, so one of the ideas was that I was going to merge Arcanix with Varacle. But since Varacle is way too small, obviously it would take a lot of time to resize it so that it would fit Arcanix, or even if I do the reverse where I shrink Arcanix to a very small amount and move it over. Obviously, this is a very time, like it's obviously a very boring and very a very like timed duty kind of thing. So I was like, I'm not gonna go do that. Well, I could. I can move. I think I have a version of Oracle for 1.12 that I could do the whole thing and then see if it'll work. But the only thing is that, like, it's this back part that's the real issue here. Because this is where that copper stuff is actually being done. It's literally being happening, like, right underneath us. And I can't remove these because this is also part of that area as well. So it's like I can't remove this and I can't remove that part either. So it's like it's going to be very weird looking for Voracle to have this. So I thought, well, that's not a cool idea. So another thing I was thinking of was to figure out if somebody made a tank, like a literal tank, like a military tank, and see like if I can do something really cool with it. because actually, no, I'm going to go to creative mode for this just to show it off. It'll make things like 10 times easier to show it. Anyway, I'm not joking. It actually will make it much easier to show off all the ideas. No! Missed. I missed. Alright, let's take everything off. My golden boots are gone! Rip. Anyway. Yeah, I'll just throw torches in here too. Why not? Alright, slash game mode. I do have a command sign for it, but I haven't put it down yet, and I don't know if I really want to. Alright, so the idea was that the idea was that how a tank normally looks is that it's got the barrel. So what the barrel would so what the whole thing would be is that the barrel will extend outward for a short distance. So it's not going to be like a very long barrel. It's going to be a very short barrel, but it'll extend to a longer barrel. And then what it will be is that when Arcanix is in the correct position, though, the barrel will extend and will lock into this area. So that way, though, at the very least, though, what will happen is that it locks in, and then you have a giant area that you can work with, and then not only that, you'll have an elytra pass through way, so that you can go into the actual tank itself, and then you can go down to the underbelly of the tank itself, and then do all crazy shenanigans. Like I could put like automatic farms in there, and then we'll just have a fun time in there, and all that such. And then each and every time, like I looked at many different tanks, got to see their design and stuff like that, and then even then I was like, wow, this is a very crazy idea that could work though. But then it's like, but I'm making a base for 1.21, so maybe like on an off chance, like in the future when I decide to go with Arcanix again, maybe, although I highly doubt it, I might go through with it again. I think the next base will probably be the last time I use Amulet / World Edit to bring something over. The reason why is because it's much easier to move stuff when you're using structure blocks. And the reason why I say that is because like it's literally easier to move something when it's structure block rather than when it's Amulet, or even not just Amulet itself too, but just MC Edit or anything. Well, MC Edit's a lot easier, but even World Edit, it's going to be much harder to do it, because for World Edit to work, I have to change the server from a vanilla one to a forward server. And while that may be easy with the server software that I'm using for the server as we speak, I don't want to make a forward server, because then at the very least, because I feel like I would need to add mods to it just to make it more interesting. Because right now, if we play vanilla Minecraft, it's very boring. Like even right now, we're playing vanilla Minecraft, but with like a timber mod, I think, or timber data pack, I think, in there, just so that we can cut trees fast. And while that's the only like data pack we really need out of any others, I still find though that like it's still a little bit too much. And while I still will have the timber data pack all the time, even just this area, like even just having like Arcanix be this huge is already just way too much for me to deal with. Like while most of the stuff here, as you can see, is like from the actual like world it came from, from the original adventure map world. Mind you, the smelting what is it called? This blast furnace. The blast furnaces are actually like my additions just to kind of change up the blocks a little bit because all of these because the blast furnaces were actually just furnaces themselves. So I just changed some of the furnaces to blast furnaces just to change it so that way it looks a little bit different. But either way, it doesn't really matter in the long run because like I could have changed this entire area into a giant auto smelting array from like this side could be let's say for food and stuff like that and this side could be for like ores and stuff like that and then like one's for food, one's for ores and then have this bottom one right here be like for everything else in between. And I think that that would be like that could have been like a really good idea, but I chose against it